You ever say bless you or something and then some nearby atheist goes, actually, and you just go, fuck. That's this in movie form. Heretic stars Hugh Grant and everyone's least favourite thing in the world. Monopoly, God. Also a number of other things we hit, like missionaries, religion, mansplaining, and blueberry pie. Like, I'm a big pie guy, but fruit doesn't belong in dessert, people. So these two women show up to Hugh Grant's house to try and teach him about religion, but he is man and he understands and he already knows everything about religion, despite it being your entire job and life to teach religion. He will teach you about religion, that's right. Sit down and shut up, you bloody woman. The duality of Hugh Grant is that half the time he will be this sort of bumbling character, kind of like, oh yes, well, you see, yes, well, I suppose in my own way I love you. And the other half of the time he's going to be just kind of like, shut up and die, you bloody woman. Like, it's very interesting what he does and how he changes character. And I feel like he's kind of both of those in one in this. He is just this chill, bumbling, silly gentleman. And then he just turns into this, not that. But he kind of is still that the whole time. It's crazy. I don't quite know how he manages it. I think it is fantastical. I think the entire film... It's not what I expected, and if you've watched the trailer, it's better to try and go in without expectations about what you're going to see, because not that I spent a lot of time during the film feeling like disappointed or anything at all, because what we got was arguably even better than what I thought it was going to be. It's just that I was confused, and I was looking at like the runtime thinking like, is this going to turn into what I think it's going to be soon? And it just never does, and that's fine, because what it is awesome instead, and... He is this kind of campy, kooky guy. You just don't know. I don't really know what's up with him, but I loved it. I thought it was so just intriguing to watch. I could not take my eyes away from him every time he was on screen. I love Hugh Grant in general, a lot of his films, but this was on another level. It really was. This was on the, I know it's a horror film, but hear me out, Oscars kind of level. Like, it was nuts. And the entire film does, as much as the two girls were great, it does rest on his performance as just the most overpoweringly horrifying kind of villain. A bitchy white guy who won't shut up. Huh. Gives me shivers all up and down my gooch, I'm telling you. You gotta run away from that kind of person immediately. Yes, I am also a bitchy white guy who won't shut up. Shut up! If you like long, drawn-out conversations about life, religion, culture, religion, and what was that? Yeah, religion as well, then this is the film for you. And I know that makes it sound boring, but hear me out here. It's just not. I love this new breed of horror, because this is by some of the same people, I think, that were involved in Barbarian. And you could see that, because I don't know how to describe it. They're both just, despite having watched hundreds of horror movies, these are two of the very few films that can still really pull the rug out from under me. I had no idea what was going on with Barbarian. Didn't know where it was going. Same thing with this. I was just gripped every inch of the way. Normally, halfway through a film, you can kind of say, okay, so this is what the finale is going to be. No, I don't think I could have called it. No, I really couldn't. And that is one of the great things about this. It's just the unpredictability. And that only comes from true originality, from actually being creative, which is not a lost art these days in the horror genre, but it's been forgotten by most people. Heretic is the sort of film that, like, your kids will one day come up to you and be like, oh, Dad, want to watch this? And I'll be all cool, like... You ain't ready for this shit. And they'll be like, no, but I've seen horror movies before. And I'll be like, no, you ain't related for the religious mindfucking you're about to get. I'm giving the highest echelon of atheism 4 stars. There should be more films that are just an endless series of Hugh Grant monologues. I think that's a successful genre of cinema waiting to happen. Just Hugh Grant, though. Also, if you like angry ranting with less talent than Hugh Grant, please subscribe.